Welcome to part 2 of this video where I'm going to show you a little bit of the software that is used to set up your auction on HiBid and answer your questions that you had in the comments. Yeah. Welcome back to Nateypie's Trinkets and Doodads. It is time to roll the clip. Welcome back, everyone. So this is part 2, as you heard in the intro. This is part 2 of the HiBid video that I wanted to do for you all. There were some with some questions. One of the questions I would like to address to start off. Someone said, you don't have to be an a licensed auctioneer, and you don't on HiBid because they're considered the host. As long as you're not doing a live webcast type of auction, you do not have to have a licensed auction, which is great because it allows a lot of people to be able to sell on this platform. Plus, I feel like if everyone was a licensed auctioneer on their platform on HiBid through AuctionFlex, that they would not get nearly the business as they do right now. And another question that popped up, someone was asking about what, basically explain what a workstation is. So a workstation is the computer that you are working off of for the download. So for my download, and we'll go right back here. Let me find the pricing for you. So it says workstation off on the left-hand side here. 1, 2, 3, and that's what you're paying for per month. So I pay $60 a month for one workstation because it's just me. So if you had, say, if you had someone that lived in a different county than you, or you just have a business partner that wants to list as well, you can get it up to 2 workstations, 3, however many people you want working on your auction. And then the price here goes up by about $10 each time. And then, of course, 5 or more, it's going to go only at $5 up. But I've never had that because I'm on my auctions, I'm the only one that does this. I'm the only one that's employed at Nateypie Trinkets and Doodads. So I've only done this auction. Now in the future, if I have much larger auctions and get more people involved, I could up that into different workstations and then just split the cost with the person. But right now, I'm just at the one workstation that's costing me $60 a month. Another question that came up was someone wanted me to explain pricing, selling, delivery of items. So the pricing, you set the pricing for what you want. So I'm going to open up my AuctionFlex app, and my activation key has expired because I've not renewed it yet this month. So that's why that little dialog box is going to pop up every once in a while. But let me exit out of here. So when you download it, this is how your auction is going to look, the software data. It's going to pop up with this box. It's very old school. That's going to get annoying. I apologize. But and that's the activation code I was telling you all about the first video that they send you along with your username and password. And that makes your account active so you can set up a new auction. This thinks I'm trying to set up a new auction without my activation code, which I'm not. But it thinks it's like that, so it's allowing me to proceed forward with a live auction. Or to set up an auction, I should say. So the first thing is you click on would be auction setup. And here you can, for pricing, you can go to the increments page or tab right here. And then you can set up your increments on however much you want them. So I always had mine, sorry for this. Leave that up there. So I always had mine as dollar increments per bid. So it'd be if it would start out at $1 bid, $2, $3, etc., up to $95. But anything after that would go up to $2. But then I had it set once something went up to $975, which I did not get that because I did not have that kind of value on my auction. It would go up to $5, and then, as you can see, just under $10,000, $10 increments, 25 and up, which I knew I'd never get up to that because, like, look at this number. That's almost 10 million. It's like, come on. So you can set that however you want. There's a lot of people I see that set their increments up to $2 bids, $5 bids starting out, and it jumps to $5, $10 each time someone else bids. I've noticed I've had more success leaving at the dollar. But like I've said before, you just want to make sure that you're not giving stuff away, because when you do your first auction, you're not going to have the traffic that a lot of these other places that are doing auctions, because they're well known. You're just starting out, so people are kind of leery, like, do we trust them? How is my buying experience going to be? So that's one thing, keep in mind. Don't get discouraged. My bidders have went up at each additional auction that I've done. So just, like I said, stay motivated. Don't get discouraged. Just make sure you want to entice buyers with some valuable stuff, but then I always put that stuff in the middle of the auction, but advertise it at the front, so they have to click through my rest of the items I have up, all the lots, and then that's how they get bids. For me anyways, that's just my own personal opinion on that. So when you click the auction setup maintenance page, one second before I flip out, put that up there. This is the information. So you can set your auction up however you want. So I have it cataloged. You can do non-cat. I think catalog, in my opinion, works better. And then you have the buyers, the BP tax settings. And I always have my buyer's premium at 10%. That's what I've started out. There's some people that do a buyer's premium of like 13%. There's one auction here, but they're well known and they're not going to lose bidders, but they have like a 20% buyer's premium, which is pretty high to me, but I mean, they have the reputation, they can do what they want. And then on the tax rate, I have it at 7% because that's Indiana's sales tax rate right now. And then the description is the description of your auction. I picked my auction from July before this video. But as you can see, all the information's there for the auction. And I always put the date, time, always thanking people for supporting my small business. Now, one thing I do, and someone was asking about delivery items and your pricing, they automatically, when you go to invoice people, the 10% buyer's premium is added, the sales tax is added, plus, and I add this in my auction right here, if you can see it, but I add a $5 handling charge for anything that has to be shipped. And out of all of my bids or winners of the lots, I would say almost 85% of them want their items shipped. So there's some people that charge a lot more of a handling charge. I just charge $5 to help cover my time that it takes to pack the material and to ship it. And then I charge them shipping as well on top of that. And people pay it. I mean, people want their stuff shipped. They don't want to have to pick it up. And I've never had issues. Now, if they want to pick up, they pick up from my house, or I go meet them in a public parking lot. Most of the time, I just have them stop by. We do a curbside pickup, and that's never a problem with anyone. And I always put it in here when my pickup dates are. And I allow people to pay cash. I have a PayPal card reader too if they wanted to pay card or go through PayPal's website. I allow that as well. But one big thing is, like, cash is king in my opinion. And if you are comfortable with people either showing up your house or, I mean, people will meet you. My first auction, I did not allow anyone to do a curbside pickup, and I met everyone at grocery store parking lots and stuff because I live in town here in Bloomington. But to me, curbside really increased the number of bidders, because as long as you're not too awkward about it, I mean, and you are giving people the product they paid for and invoicing them correctly, they're going to show up, and they do not care if it's at a house or anything. So just state that it's curbside pickup at your house, because some people ask where you're located, basically where your business is located, and mine's out in my basement of my house. But I did all curbside pickup because not just with the pandemic, even if we weren't in a pandemic, I would not want anyone coming into my house. It's just my own personal preference. My family's here, and I don't want to subject them to potential weirdos or anything like that. No offense if you're a weirdo, but don't be so weird. So here's terms and conditions. You'll set that up as well. Let me scroll this down. So the auction start, close date, soft close on everything, so it adds 2 minutes, and you can add however much you want, but I always added 2 minutes for everything. That once a bid was placed with less than 2 minutes to go, it would add another 2 minutes to give everyone an opportunity to bid on it, so you don't have those, which I'm sure everyone's experienced if you've been part of auctions, done auctions on eBay. You have those last minute bidders that come in the last 10 seconds and try to steal an item away from a bidder. At least this give everyone the same competitive advantage, so no one can steal someone. I mean, everyone has the equal chance to win it. Sometimes it lasts for several hours, and that's fine. A lot of times my auctions will end at 6, and the bidding does not stop till about 9 o'clock at night. And that's just part of having soft close. And then I always have the payment information down here, and I always ask to be contacted within 48 hours. And for you to charge the card, this is something else I want to bring up while I'm thinking of it. For you to charge the card after the auction, you do have to be licensed. So that is one downside, I guess, because you always have the one or two bidders that go AWOL on you and do not respond to your messages, and they end up not paying for their items, so you end up being stuck with it for the next auction. Because me, if you're not going to pay, just tell me up front, be like, hey, I'm sorry. And then I just will make sure not to sell to you again, because on HiBid, during your setup on Auction Flex, the thing I love about it is that you can actually block bidders, and it rates every bidder on if they've paid, what their status is with other auction houses. So just remember that you can kind of weed out the bad bidders, because you approve every single bidder. And one more thing that I want to go over too is that, so when you click on clerking for your auction, right here, I'm not going to click on it because it shows everyone's names and information. But when you click on that, that shows you everyone that has bid on your auction, how much your auction grossed, and what everyone owes you. You have to clerk and end all your auctions. So once you do that, then you can, it basically automates a invoice for everyone, and then you can email that out to each individual. So here, if you click checkout for your auction, you can actually invoice all bids. So I always do that. Then it's going to do a sold lot count, sold total, and that's going to list every single person that owes you money there. And then that will automatically send out, because you'll enter their email addresses automatically get submitted into the software when you check them out, because it's saved through HiBid. And then that will send an auto message to everyone their invoice. I always have to send up send out updated invoices for the people that are wanting their items shipped, and I always ask them to let me know ahead of time. So they are prepared for that $5 charge and they're not shocked by it. I hope you enjoyed the video. And just a little recap. So remember, you set your pricing for anything you're wanting to sell through HiBid. So you set the price, you set the increment price, and you are responsible for shipping it, or you are responsible for them picking it up, and it can either be at your house or you can meet someone. And I always do public places. Sorry, I had a hair in my face. But I always do public places just because it's safer for me, and I always tell the buyer it's safer for them. But if you're not comfortable with people coming to your house, you can still sell on HiBid. Just meet them somewhere. Or I've seen people do this too. You can have a shipping only auction, but the only downside is to that I have a lot of bidders that will buy huge, like probably 50 pounds plus of lots. I mean, if you put them all together, and no one's really going to want to pay shipping for that. So keep that in mind if you decide to do a shipping only auction. To me, I do curbside pickup. Like I said in the clip, I'm a weirdo enough, but I don't want weirdos coming in to my house. I mean, my whole basement's my business, but at the same time, I don't want to have to bring people through my house. Not just because of the pandemic, it's just a personal thing. So if I can do it, you can do it. I did not have anyone showing me videos. I had to learn through a lot of probably obnoxious questions to auction flex. And I learned the hard way on things. Like, there's some valuable items that someone got for $1 or $2. And it was because my first auction, and since I was just starting out, a lot of people were weary about trusting a new auction house when we already have established ones in our area. So keep that in mind. If you just want to get your feet wet, I say throw 50 to 100 lots. I prefer you probably should try with at least 100 lots of items, whatever you want to do. Get your feet wet, sign up. If you don't like it, you get your money back. It's the free 30-day trial. So keep that in mind, risk-free. They do invoice you first, so you have to get your money back. But to me, it's worth the risk. I've continued to do it because it's worked out for me. Another stream of income along with eBay for me and Facebook Marketplace. I do a lot of sales on there. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to hit the like button on the video. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you can get more content like this and for my giveaways that I do monthly. Also, comment down below if you want me to do another video. I can go even more in depth on the Auction Flex software to break it down for you. I know in this video my activation key wasn't activated at the time, so I kept getting the dialog box, but I can still go through everything, show you how it works, and as long as it's not giving away anyone's personal information, I'll be more than happy. But hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification, so you're notified when my next video comes out. And I just want to thank you all again for your continuous support for my channel. It means a lot to me. And remember, have a great weekend and be kind.